Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to With the Flow Cubing. I'm here today with my dear friend Mr. Thomas. Here's the story. I went to Walmart before our cube meetup here, which we do every week now, and the whole purpose of going there was for this. The Rubik's Speed Cube, the new update, which, as far as I know, it's the first time, at least the Walmart in my area has offered cubes, Rubik's cubes, with magnets already pre-installed. I was pretty excited about this. I had heard about it coming out, and Mr. Cubehead just came out with a video today, which is one of the only ones available that actually showcases the new product itself, right? So, auto alignment, 48 internal magnets, smooth movement, enhanced internal structure, custom control, adjustable tensions. So we'll get into this a little bit later. What I'm most excited about right now is something I was not expecting to be on that shelf. I knew this was coming. A lot of people knew this was coming, but I have not heard anything about this. The Rubik's Squish Cube. What is it? I was looking at it in there just thinking, is this just like a plushy toy? It's just squishy, but there's nothing else to it. Until I looked in the back. Wait a second. Is this what I think it is? Meet Squish Cube. The first Rubik's Cube that can be squeezed and solved. It's just like the original Rubik's Cube, only squishier. OMG. So we're gonna be opening this up today and gonna try some solves. It does feel squishy, like foam. The price up here in Canada was identical for both of these. It's about $20, 19 something. And the same thing for the Squish Cube. So, this is what I'm most excited about. As far as I know, nobody else on YouTube has done this yet. So, let's open it up and give it a try. Now, starting in the back, there is some tape here, so I'm just gonna use a knife to open it. Careful, kids at home, if you're using such things, or get your parents to do it, or just rip it open if you don't care about such things. Okay. I'm smart, I promise. Alright. I think I figured it out. Okay. Looks like there's not going to be much for salvation of this box. That is fine. Look at all that tape. Back to the old knife. Trying not to cut the product either. Yeah, I think I can deal with that. Back in the pocket. Yeah, they don't mess around with their packaging. She's in there. One more. One of us. Here we go. Finally into it. Okay. Moving that out of the way. So, what are my first impressions? One, it's a pretty simple Rubik's logo. I haven't seen one that simple in a while, especially compared to Rubik's Speed. This is also the 50th anniversary since the invention of the 3x3 Rubik's Cube. Originally called the Oh my. My friend Thomas over here, I can see him, he's just salivating like, oh, let me do it. Let me see what it's like. This turns better than any Rubik's brand I think I've ever tried. This is a game changer. Okay, let's try a... It can do them. It's really slow, but it does it. Look at that T-perm. Oh my. It's really comfortable. Definitely not a speed cube, but let's see, what does it look like on the inside? Okay, so there's hard plastic, it looks like. Let's see if we can take this apart without destroying it. I would be sad. Okay, can I pull a piece out? Oh, yes I can. Okay, so yeah, let's take this thing a little bit apart. Corners. This is fascinating. Okay, so it's foam that's been put over top of kind of a typical corner pieces, edge pieces. They have torpedoes and everything, so that's really cool. But yeah, very soft, and that's probably just glued on there, so you kind of want to be careful. So I'm going to take some more pieces out here, getting a real good look at this. Let's see if we can tension it and tighten it. Like, does this cap come off? I don't know. Okay, take a couple more pieces out so we can see the mechanism, right? Okay, so what are we looking at here? There's a cap. There's clearly a spring in it, but I think there's like a little notch. We might be able to do something in order to get that off, but I don't want to wreck it. This is my first day having it. So I think the tension's probably good for now. It doesn't seem to turn fast enough to even need to be lubricated or anything of the like right now. But some of these pieces, they do have an interesting structure to them. Now, I just cleaned up the normal Spin Master Rubik's. I made a fairly lengthy video talking about it, but there was a lot of inconsistencies in the pieces, like from the molds that they had injected the plastic into. They'd leave a lot of sharp burrs. I don't notice any of that with this at all. Okay, so let's try and put this back together. Everything seems to fit nice. It's you know, they have the metal rods on the core, but it's not heavy. Clearly it's mostly foam, and everything fits really nicely together. Like it's very smooth, you know. Okay, so once I get this back together, I'm gonna hand it over to my good friend Thomas here, he's salivating. He can't wait to get his hands on this, especially knowing he's probably one of the first in the world to actually do so. There's no other videos out right now on this cube. So I was very excited when I saw it, knowing that, hey, we could probably make the very first YouTube video about this. We're probably gonna split this video up into a couple different shorts too, just to add, you know, a couple more avenues, because this one might be a little longer, which is fine, especially being the first one. A little loud here in the mall. Hope you guys can hear us all right. But let's see here. Just right? No, right there. Usually don't start at this point for taking cubes apart, but we'll get it back together. We'll make it work. Okay. Derp. There we go. Couple more pieces. We can fast forward this later. Okay. Red, orange. Let's do this. One more corner. So fascinating. I've never seen another cube like this. A functional foam cube. Didn't have to wait for any reviews or anything. I wasn't expecting to buy it, but look at that. And it probably can be faster, but there's a lot of friction with foam on foam, you could probably imagine. Like, you could probably make it a little bit faster. We might even try that a little bit later on. Let us know if you want to see a setup video. You can add that as well. All right, so I'm gonna pass this over to my good friend, Mr. Thomas, and we're gonna see what he thinks of it. All right, be right back.